Hello and welcome to my review of the brand new Chaos Greater Possessed. You can grab these two models in the Shadowspear box set that's just come out. It will cost you £105. It's the only way to get these two models at the moment. I'm hoping that they do release a box set of Greater Possessed. Maybe it'll have 3 models, maybe it'll have 5. It would be incredible if it does have 5 though. What I will do is do a rundown of the 2 models, go through all of their detail, I'll do some size comparisons, and then we'll go through their rules, and their rules are pretty awesome. So I've nicknamed these two Greater Possessed brothers as Stabby and Grabby. Stabby here has this big long claw spike on him. He's moving at such a terrible speed that the skull doesn't know which way is up, and is sort of horizontal. I love the attention to detail. It's a pity that he's in this pose that you can't really see the face in there, because that's amazing. Maybe if the face was on here it would have been better, but I love these demonic hooves. I love the rib cage that's extended outwards, this screaming Space Marine skull mask thing, this big power claw, lightning claw mutation, this huge power plant with the quadruple venting system and this spine that's incorporated into it. Lots of detail going on, especially with the spikes as well. This will be lovely to paint. You can really make all of these details pop with some good shades and highlighting. So that's this Greater Possessed. Let's have a look at Grabby. He's got this claw that doesn't look like it's got the musculature to carry it, because that looks quite heavy and thick, and you know, I do like this thing, kind of open chest with the teeth and the eyes. I think that's quite horrific. And then his armor there is being re-knitted or something. This long tongue coming out of his fanged maw. Speaking of which, you've got another big hole here, another mouth going along his forearm and his palm. That's going to cut meal times down by a fair bit. But again, a big hand with some extended fingers. As you can see, he rolled the dice and missed out on getting another finger. So for some reason, he's only got 3 fingers. No, I did check, one didn't break off anywhere. And this time, this power plant, instead of 4, you've got a triple venting system maybe. You've got 1, 2, 3, they're covered in fangs. And you've got a bone horn popping out of that one, and the same for that one. Again, you can see some detail here on his little feet that helps him jump about like a mountain goat and grab those squishy humans that have chosen to follow the false emperor. So they're the 2 models. Let's have a look at the size comparisons. First of all, we'll just compare them to a normal Chaos Space Marine. They are bigger. Much more of a presence, much wider. I mean, look at the size of that one. They're just a Chaos Space Marine, but just, yeah, enlarged and incredibly much more mutated. This guy here doesn't really look that mutated, other than the massive horns coming out of his head. But compared to this guy, it's full-blown mutation almost. Then you get a demon prince and, yeah, all a greater demon and so on. But anyway, that's size comparison with them. Compared to the Obliterators, they're actually pretty big compared to the Obliterators, look. Not as big, they don't have the big 50mm bases, but they're almost as big as the Obliterators. Look at that. Huge. Still got a lot of bulk and size compared to them. And then finally, just compared to the little spider. I say little spider, spider does dwarf them. If we just zoom out a little bit for a moment, you can see there that yeah, the venom crawler is much bigger than even these possessed. Comparing them both to you know, models that you're probably more used to, like a standard Space Marine, they do look huge next to a normal Space Marine. Looks like they're going to have a demon, like a possessed sandwich there with that Space Marine, chop them up into little pieces, and then you've got an intercessor, which again doesn't fare that much better. They both are taller than the intercessor Space Marine as well, so it just goes to show you how the ruinous powers of chaos have worked their magic on these two possessed to make them way better than even Call's fantasies. Okay, so this is my part of the review where I will go through all of the rules for the Greater Possessed. You'll find them in your brand new 8th edition Demonkin mini codex from the Shadowspear box set. They're probably going to be in the Chaos Space Marine Codex too. They're an elite choice and a power points cost of a 4. Their match play points cost is 70 per model. They have their demonic mutations, which are free, so they are just 70 points each, so it's 140 points here for this pair. Their stat line reads movement of 7 inches, which makes them the fastest unit in this set, other than the Venom Crawler, which is a machine which moves 10 inches. Their weapon skill is 2+, which is absolutely incredible. They're not going to have any issues in combat with that. But their ballistic skill is 3+. Again, I don't know why they have a ballistic skill, but they do. I mean, would they be able to hold a bolt gun in their hands or any kind of ranged weapon? Who knows? Strength is 5, toughness is 5. And wounds are 5 and attacks are 5. So you've got 4 5s there, very strong. Leadership is 8 and a save of 3+. This unit contains 1 Greater Possessed. It can include 1 additional Greater Possessed for a power rating of +4, and each model attacks with demonic mutations. So you can have 2 in this unit. Demonic mutations then. So it's a melee weapon, strength of the user, which is still strength 5, AP -2, and damage is D3. Not too bad, not the best. Would have been great if it's AP -3, but still, it's quite a strong attack. Abilities, Death to the False Emperor and Champions of the Host. The first time this unit is set up, all models in this unit must be set up at the same time, though they do not need to be set up in unit coherency. From that point onwards, each Greater Possessed is treated as a separate unit. That's a bit of a limitation. It sucks a little bit that they have to be set up, but they don't need to be set up in unit coherency. So you can have them spread across the battlefield basically, but then they're treated as a separate unit. Demonic. Models in this unit have a 5+ invulnerable save. That's pretty strong. 3+ normal, 5+ invulnerable, 5 wounds, toughness 5. It's very strong. Locus of Power. This is where it's at. Add 1 to the strength characteristic of Mark of Chaos Legion demon units whilst they are within 6 inches of any friendly models with this ability. It doesn't say anything about themselves. It doesn't say other than themselves. I would be really cheeky and use it on themselves. So if you've got 2 of them and you've got 1 within 6 inches of each other, I would read that as strength 6, because these models have the Chaos Mark of Chaos and Legion and Demon keywords. So I would definitely interpret that as adding strength 1 to each of them while they're within 6 inches of each other. It kind of makes sense with the Locus of Power. As mentioned, the keywords Chaos, Mark of Chaos, Heretic Astartes, Legion, Infantry, Demon, Character, and Greater Possessed. So there you go. Very strong elite choice. Sucks that you can only have 2, but then again, that is 10 wounds between them. They have a very good movement speed, a great weapon skill, good save, both 3+ and a 5+ is strong, and a decent number of attacks, especially when, if you're lucky and you get a D3, you could potentially be pumping out 30 damage, which is horrific when you think about it. Anyway, what do you guys think of the models and of the rules? Personally, I prefer them to Obliterators, and I can't wait to see more of these kind of Greater Possessed models, hopefully in the Chaos release lineup. Put it in your comments below, it'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. Death to the False Emperor.